Hey guys, what's going on? It's Respironics here. I'm just gonna go ahead and I want to make another quick video just so I can get something out. I mean, I don't really know if it's gonna be quick or not, but I'm just gonna pick flax in the background because I'm on my Iron Man right now and I really need flax. But anyway, so basically, still at this point, I haven't decided fully what it is that I want to do with the channel. So that's one thing that I guess I could talk about and cross that off the list of things that I just wanted to talk about in today's video. Um, Thanksgiving break is over, school's starting back up, so I'm actually going to try to finish the semester kind of strong, which there's only like 2 or 3 weeks left anyway, so I'm not really too concerned about it. Um, Anyways, but after that's done, I mean, over Christmas break, I have a ton of time, and I plan on, making a ton of new videos and releasing new content. The only issue is, at this point, like I said, I'm not really sure what direction the channel's exactly headed in. Um, but I'm sure I'll get that figured out. I'll think about it a lot tomorrow and decide what it is that I want to do. Because realistically, I want to choose something that's entertaining to you guys, but also at the same time, it's like, I have to find something that I'm not gonna want to like kill myself if I do. Um, like I said in my last video, I've been looking into doing progress videos. I think it's definitely something that's really cool and interesting. But I started to record one on my Iron Man the other day, and I had a like corruption issue because I took a break to watch a movie, and I'm not really sure what happened, but Camtasia just stopped recording, and so I wasn't able to save any of that audio or video that I'd recorded. So but I realized, I mean, I had like 6 minutes of footage or something, and that's like unedited. But at the end of the day, it took me so long to get those 6 minutes because, whenever you're doing a progress video, you're not showing every single little thing that you're doing. You're purely just showing like highlights, and so you have to pause the recorder and start it. And, I mean, I realized that a lot of work goes into those videos, which I never really thought about it before, but I mean, I definitely, I respect Bodie even more than I did before because before like I would not openly, but I would like bitch about how long it was taking him to get videos out and stuff. But then once I started making like a progress video, I was like, Jesus H, this is why it takes him like a week to record anything because a 30-minute video takes probably, I don't know, like, especially at the levels he was at, probably like 15, 16 hours of work. So definitely understand that aspect of it. So, like I said, just to talk about for a second about that. So, I'll think about it tomorrow and the next couple of days and try to figure out what it is that I plan on doing because um, I keep wanting to say like I mentioned in my last video, but I've tried to record a video like 3 or 4 times now, and you know, it's just like I get really not paranoid about it, but more along the lines of like I can't think of my own stuff as like good enough, you know what I mean? So this one I'm just gonna be like whatever happens happens, and I'm just gonna release it. See, the other thing I wanted to talk about was YouTube, and I I'm not like mad about this, but I'm definitely you know I'm in confused territory right now. So these past couple of days I've been doing a lot of like graphic design stuff for my just basically working in Photoshop a lot for my channel. Because you want your channel to look good and presentable. If somebody comes to visit my channel from another website and they just like they click on it and they're just like what is this? Because right now I don't have like channel art per se. I have my cover photo done, which I don't understand. Like YouTube is really screwing me on the desktop view on that one. Actually, on all the views because it told me, you know, it had to be like 1248 by, it was kind of a ridiculously big dimensions, and I was like, okay, whatever. But then like I did the dimensions that it told me to do. I had everything looking great, but then it turns out, it kind of like messes it up. It zooms in on one thing, so the only thing you can see right now is if you go look at it, it says GFX, and you can like see the beginnings of like some letters above it. And I think it looks really cool if it would let me do what I want to do with it. I mean, I went back into Photoshop and I resized the text to make it a lot smaller so that hopefully, all of it could be focused in, but it's not working. So, not really sure what to do about that yet, but I'll figure it out. But the thing that really made me mad is, I was going through all the settings, like trying to make sure that everything was like perfect for me to start doing a little bit of advertising. And I mean, I guess advertising doesn't even really sound good, but I'm pretty clued in on Reddit, and Imgur. So I think I'm gonna like post something there and try to get people to come and just take a look at my stuff. I mean, love it or hate it, I guess. I mean, if people hate it, then at least I know, hey, I guess this isn't really for me. But I mean, if I get a pretty decent response, then obviously that's just gonna like keep me motivated to release more videos and keep it going. But so right now, the only thing that's standing in my way at this point is this custom URL situation. Now, for those of you who had a YouTube account before around the middle of November this year, you could just go into your settings and you could change your URL to whatever you wanted it to. But now, as of around the middle of November, they've changed their criteria for obtaining a custom URL and being partnered, all this stuff. Now, to get a custom URL, you have to meet certain criteria. One of the criteria is have 500 subscribers. Another one of the criteria is your channel has to be in good standing, which mine is. Basically just means like no flags, any of that. And then you have to have your channel art has to be, I guess, done. I mean, I wouldn't say professional because I've seen people who didn't really have that professional stuff. And anyways, but my problem with that is, how difficult is it to promote your channel and all this stuff when your URL looks like this? I'll show you. The URL, this is my channel URL. This is how you get to my channel. That's absolutely ridiculous. Also, another issue I'm having right now is with my profile picture. I want to go, like, I want to change it to where it's just, that, but it only lets you change it through Google Plus, and Google Plus won't let me zoom in. Like, it's so stupid, and it's really pissing me off. But anyway, so I had to do channel art for like the sides. I had to do that stuff. Let's see what all I have to do left. I guess it's not really that important, but my point is, in order to promote your channel, you have to give people like your channel URL, or like if you're posting something, like on this right here, like it was gonna say like Fiction GFX, and then I was gonna have my YouTube URL, and that would be something that I would post, if I was posting something on a different forum, or what have you, and I can't do that because like that's the most unprofessional looking URL. And so I spent about an hour trying to figure out how to contact YouTube. Now, turns out, obviously, they run that bitch like Fort Knox, and the only way that you can have a direct email address to them, which they've never released it, the only way you can email them is by going through like your user dashboard or whatever, but you only have access to the email if you're a partner. So I was like, well, I guess I can look into being partnered. Now, I'm not stupid. I knew there was no way I was going to be like, hey, hey YouTube, I released one video, partner me, Plox. But, I just wanted to see like maybe the criteria for that has changed as well. Because, before it was basically just like a decent sized subscriber base. I mean, I've seen people get partnered with like 50 to 100 subscribers. But now you have to have, there's more stipulations in this, but this is the only one that really matters because this is like if you have this one, the other ones are easy, and you probably have gotten them already if you have this first one. 75,000 hours in the past 90 days is what your view, like, so let's say, your videos are all like, I don't know, 12 to 15 minutes each. You would have to do, let me see. So if all your videos were 12 minutes, let's say that's about the average video length, or 75,000 hours divided by 60 minutes is, I guess that's 1,250. No, that's not right. 75,000 divided by 60. Okay, so obviously the calculator's messing up. Give me just a second. Calculator. Alright, 75,000 divided by 60 is obviously 1250, so I'm retarded. I know what I'm doing wrong. Okay, 75,000 times 60, actually. So 4.5 million minutes divided by 12 minutes, 375,000. That means in the past 90 days you'd have to have 375,000 people view, your videos. And that's assuming, like, let's see, how many people is that a day? That means to be partnered, you have to have about an average of 4,000 people viewing your videos per day. Do you know how ridiculous that is? Like, how ridiculous does that seem? I mean, so of course, if you have a pretty decent subscriber base, it's really easy to reach. It's really easy to get 5,000 people to watch a video. Like if you're someone like PewDiePie and you've got, I don't remember how many subscribers he has. I'm pretty sure it's well over 500,000 now. But out of those 500,000 people, you'd probably say, I don't know, like 10% of those people watch his videos every single time he uploads one. So 10% of 50,000, or 500,000, that's 50,000. I'm pretty sure it might be 5,000. I don't know. 500,000 divided by 0.10. Okay, that's actually, I'm the worst at math. 500,000 times 0.10. So yeah, that's, so he probably has 50,000 people, watching each video that he releases on average, I'd say. Because, like, I don't know. I guess 10% might even be a low number, but most people don't get as many views as they have subscribers, which I think is pretty weird. I mean, you've always got your people who are really inactive, but I mean, I check YouTube every single day and I stay updated on the videos that I'm subscribed to, because I feel like that's kind of the whole point. If you're subscribed to somebody, I mean, you're not making like an oath, but you're kind of like, you're saying, I like this content, I want more of it, like I'm going to subscribe so I can be notified whenever new videos come out and interact, blah blah blah. But yeah, I mean, so it all boils back down to the fact that it's nearly impossible to get 500 subs if your channel, if you're limited to the things that you can do to broaden your like horizons as far as social media is concerned. Like, I'm basically being forced to look like an unprofessional until I have 500 subscribers. So I guess we'll see what happens. I mean, not a lot of, but I guess it's possible that my YouTube channel could somehow just like crack wide open and I reach 500 subscribers in a month, which that would be absolutely amazing. But if that happens, then yeah, sure, I'll have a custom URL. But until then, I guess I'm stuck with UCSBGZ XXWLK MCJ whatever blah blah blah, which is really fucking retarded. But so basically, like I said, I tried for a while to contact YouTube, and turns out there's no way to contact them. The only thing that you can really do is submit feedback, and supposedly they view them, but I highly, highly doubt mine's gonna get like, I know nobody's gonna like read it and be like, this guy raises a very valid point. Like, we must look into this immediately. That's not gonna happen. They're gonna be like, probably, even if they send me a message, because it says there's like a little disclaimer, like all feedback is not responded to, blah blah blah. Or it says like not all feedback is responded to, and if we do respond, we'll respond to you individually. Which, I mean, that's basically like a disclaimer saying like, hey, even if we read this shit, we're not obligated to respond. So I kind of just think mine's probably going to get buried, but I mean, I might get lucky, and within the next couple of days, somebody emails me and be like, you raise a very valid point. I mean, I understand why they're doing it. I mean, it makes sense because for just an example, which I was talking to one of my friends about this earlier because I was kind of pissed off about it. But like the example I used for him, whenever he asked me, like, well, why would they even do that? Well, let's say, you've got this kid who's thinking, like, man, like, what can I do to make some money? And he's just like, you know what? I'm gonna try to get like YouTube URLs for companies that haven't started really YouTubing yet. I don't know if Walmart has started like a YouTube presence thing, but and then this kid like makes a YouTube account and changes his URL to youtube.com/Walmart. You know what I mean? And then Walmart, if they go to get their YouTube presence up, then they've got to buy shit from this kid who's probably going to charge them like, well, I'll do it for $1,000,000 or something stupid. So I understand why, they don't want to just give custom URLs to every schmuck that makes an account, but like I explained in my, I'm going to just call it an email, even though just know that it wasn't an email. So, but like I stated in my email to YouTube through the feedback service thing, I was just like, look, I understand the reason why you're doing it, blah, 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 but this is something that I want to do professionally. Like, I'm taking it seriously. And in order for me to succeed, like, I'm going to need to make my channel look a little bit more professional. And, I wasn't asking for handouts or anything. I don't think it's a terrible thing for me to, like, tell YouTube, hey, cut me some slack and let me make a custom URL. Like, I think if they see that I'm being serious about it, they might cut me some slack, but like I said, as of right now, I've got one video released, and maybe I'll be able to upload the second one tomorrow. But thank you if you do end up listening to it. I know I ramble a hell of a lot, but it's also because I am playing RuneScape in the background live right now, so it'd be a little bit easier to keep my train of thought, I guess, if I recorded the audio later, but we'll see. It's a lot of work, but I guess it would be worth it. That way I wouldn't be rambling so much. Anyways, a big shout out to, whoever's watching this video. And if you would like to, like, definitely subscribe. I know that I'm a new channel, and I may seem pretty cocky and sure of myself, but a lot of the times, like, in my life, I've just had to fake confidence until I make it, or like pretend I'm something until I really am. So I think in this case, I'm not gonna pretend to be like a hotshot YouTuber, but I'm definitely starting this endeavor with the intentions of, like, one day, I'm I'm visualizing the future, which I think is a good thing. Because you don't want somebody who's gonna come in and be like, hey, like, watch my videos and beg people for likes and subscribes and comments and all this stuff, which, don't get me wrong, it would be absolutely fantastic if that happened. I mean, my feelings don't get hurt very easily, so, I mean, if there's something that you don't like about one of my videos, I will, like, read every comment to the best of my ability. I mean, right now I don't have any, but even if I had, like, 500 comments, I would try to read them all. I mean, I've got kind of free time, you know what I mean? So, if there's something that you really didn't like about my video, or, I mean, if there's anything that you can tell me that you think would just help me out, like, as a YouTuber, or, like, as, an aspiring YouTuber, if you're just like, hey, by the way, man, like, I think your videos are great, but at the same time, like, shut the fuck up. Like, I would be okay with that. But please don't say it like that. I mean, you can if you want to, but it doesn't really help me unless you tell me exactly what it is that's, throwing you off or putting you off watching the video, and then I can fix it. I mean, I'm definitely willing to cater to whatever it is you guys want to see. So, for now, by you guys, I mean you 2 subscribers, so shout out. I think that's pretty good, though. Like, I'm pretty optimistic about the fact that I've released one video and I've got 2 subscribers, so I think that's pretty cool. I've got 2 subscribers and 2 likes and, like, 26 views, which the views is kind of whatever. It's actually more views than I expected for my first video. I think my biggest thing is, like, I don't understand how are these videos even going to be seen, I mean, if anybody has, like, any tips or whatever, like, can just tell me how like how to ensure that your video gets seen by more people. I mean, because it's really a weird thing to think about how, like, how are you supposed to exactly grow your subscriber base? I mean, you kind of rely on people to talk about it and, stuff like that. And, I mean, I guess it wouldn't be a good thing to force it. Like, I'm not going to be like, share the fucking video. But, like I said, I also think it'd be a pretty cool thing. Maybe I didn't say this, but I think I did in my first video that I uploaded. That I wanted to do like subscriber giveaways for people who are subscribed to my channel. And then, I mean, the giveaways aren't going to be anything crazy, but I mean, think about it. Like, if you're a YouTuber, Twitch, blah, 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 like most people charge, I don't know, like $15 for a standard, like, graphics package. And the thing is, a lot of people that do it are kind of not that great at it. I've been doing it for a couple of years, so I'm pretty decent. Anything that I don't know, I can learn really quickly. Because YouTube is a great tutorial service, but it's a great learning tool. Anyway, so I mean, basically, like, I guess if anything, I'm giving out like $15, so I guess we'll see what happens. Yeah, so I guess that first giveaway is going to be at the end of this week. I'm just going to keep making videos, and I'm sure I'll probably, maybe be nearing 10 by the time the week's over with, hopefully. So if that happens and I can get 10 subscribers by the end of the week, that means one of you guys is walking away with, whatever graphics package type deal you decide you want. Let me just go ahead and reiterate it. Let me check the time on this video too. 21 fucking minutes. Jesus H. I talk forever. So just to reiterate though, very last thing of the video, if you win the subscriber giveaway thing, like, I don't know how I'm going to do it yet. I'm going to look up how people do subscriber giveaways on YouTube, and then I'll just do something like that. But I think it probably entails some service that, like, gets all your subscribers or whatever. Or maybe, I think you guys actually would have to comment, I think. And then I could check you and see if you were subscribed. I think that's how it works. So, if you want to win the subscriber giveaway thing, graphics package, just leave a comment on one of the videos that I release between now and I'll say Friday of this coming week. So any video that I release between now and Friday, including this one, just go ahead and leave a comment on it, and I'll put all the names into one of those random name picker things, and then if you're subscribed to me, then you're going to win yourself like a $15 value. And, I'm not gonna just like make something off the top of my head and be like, LOL, suck it, fag, if you don't like it, you can kill yourself. But, so basically how it's gonna work is if you win, then I'll message you and, I'll mention your name in the next video that I release. I'll say like, congratulations to so and so, and maybe that way, if you don't check your YouTube messages or notifications on Google Plus, you would at least see that you might hear your name in the video, I guess, and you would be like, oh shit, and then you check your messages. But I'm gonna message you basically just with my email address, and then you just send me an email telling me like what exactly you want. I mean, do shit within reason. Like if you want like channel art, just say like channel art package, and basically what that entails is I'll make you for the channel art you get like an avatar, cover photo, and I guess the stuff that goes down the sides and in the background I think is also part of that. If you want like overlays, just specify if you want them for YouTube or Twitch. Then, if so there's pretty much like the packages you can choose from, I guess, are like the channel art packages for YouTube, the Twitch package, the Twitch overlay package, or I could do, I guess, like channel art. I think they have that for Twitch too, don't they? Like some sort of channel art, you can customize it, I think. So I can do that too, or I can do like forum signatures. And what I mean by that is, let me see if I can go. portfolio. There we go. Most of these were just forum signatures. I'll show you which one I can't do anymore because I don't have the program. So you can get stuff like this. I can't do things like this anymore, which this is actually kind of shitty, but it wasn't that bad. Can't do things like this anymore because it's mostly used in C4D, Cinema 4D, which I don't have anymore. You can have something like that, something like that, something like that, something like that. See, this is like the ones that I can't do anymore because I don't have the Cinema 4D, which I thought these all turned out pretty cool, but they're not really that great as far as signatures go. You can have something like that, something like that. I don't remember why that's in there. I think that's the last one. That one's kind of shit too. But yeah, so I mean, you can have something like that if that's what you want. I mean, I always put a lot of time and effort into anything I make, and I'm willing to make changes if you don't like something. So, like I said, I mean, I'm doing it for you guys. So, whatever you guys want, that's fine. I mean, you know, just give me probably like a week, depending on what you select. I mean, if you select the forum signature, I can have it out like in a couple days because it only takes about an hour and a half to make, depending on what I do and whether I have free time to sit down and do the entire thing in one sitting, which I usually do. But for stuff like the channel art packages and stuff like that, it's gonna be about a week, man. Like I can't because with channel art, like I said, you've got avatar, cover photo, like this shit. I mean, I can, if you have like a series or something, I guess I can make, one of these, like I can make a thumbnail for it, stuff like that. But that's about the extent of my abilities. I mean, I can also do logos, but I don't think you guys would be really interested in logos unless you have your own company. I mean, if you have your own company and you're like, yeah, I kind of want a logo, if you think yours is bland that you have right now, or you just want some, if you just have a general idea of what it is that you want, I can make you a logo too. So, anyways, I've dragged this video on long enough. I'll just release it tomorrow and all this information will be there. I'll just put it in the description for a TLDR or TLDW. Too long, didn't watch. If you made it this far, comment, kill yourself. Just be like, CJ, kill yourself, and then I'll understand. But I think just the last thing I'm gonna say, I know I said that already, but the last thing I'm gonna say is I think I'm gonna need to work on shortening my videos somehow. I kind of mentioned earlier that I think I could probably stay on topic more if I recorded like some video in the background and then recorded the audio over it. That way I wouldn't have to like look at something. Maybe I could just make like some note cards or sticky notes with the points that I want to discuss in the video. I think that's probably the best way to go about it. Or I could just do something AFK in the background too. I've thought about just kind of like standing there doing nothing, like in a bank, but that's so boring, man. Like nobody, I mean, the whole point of these little Scape and listen things are to kind of, just have something going on in the background that you can just relax and don't have to actually watch anyway, but I always find myself clicking back on the screen to see what's going on, so if you're like me, then you don't want to watch a dude just like stand in a fucking bank for 30 minutes while he talks about bullshit. Alright, so again, like I said, like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Especially comment and be subscribed if you want to win that subscriber giveaway graphics package. And like I said earlier, if you made it this far in the video, just comment CJ kill yourself. Alright guys, appreciate you hanging out and listening to what I have to say. If you have requests for a video too, like if you want to see anything or you want me to talk about something, like if you want to know my opinion on something, because I'm a pretty smart Mississippi boy, so if you have anything that you want to know, or if you have something that you're just like, hey, like what's your opinion on trees, and then I'll be like, I'll tell you everything you need to know about trees, and I ain't talking oak trees. Where's it at? I need this to happen. I ain't talking oak trees. Just kidding. I am talking oak trees because I love them. They're my babies. Anywho, this is awkward now, so goodbye.